All right, a very warm welcome to One on One, the show that gives you a platform to get to know more about various personalities that shape the news agenda in Rwanda, the region, and beyond our regional borders. Plus, of course, my name is Eugene Anangwe. Today, we are with none other than Mr. Emery himself. Most of you don't know him as that. You know him as Riderman. Riderman, welcome to One on One.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Definitely, that sets the pace for our 30 minutes conversation right here. Why do most artists don't like to use their original names, like their national names, the names they have in their IDs? Why do you like going for the alias, the AKAs?
Well, I guess that that's everyone's choice. You can choose to use your name, maybe use an AKA name. So I guess that everyone has to choose and to decide like which name he's going to use like in his career. So me, I've chosen to use Ryderman. Yeah.
Do you feel funny, awkward when someone calls you Emery?
No. I mean, I respect that. I respect that. I guess I like it even more than calling me Riderman. Like when I'm not on stage or when I'm not being asked questions about my career, I prefer someone to call me Emery than Riderman.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in this conversation, what do you want us to call you?
Riderman.
Riderman.
I'm just right here just because of my career. So
of your career. So we go with Riderman. So let's talk of your growing career, like a career that has seen you win even the competition right here that awards people who are considered as superstars on top of other superstars or other musicians right here in the country. You won season 4, right?
3.
Season 3.
Yeah.
And looking back at that particular win and your growth in your career, from the time you said, I want to pick that microphone and tell the world a message through music, where do you see yourself today?
I guess that it's been a long journey, like from the day when I started, because I started to go in the studio like in 2006, January 11th. So I guess that it was a long journey and also a hard one, because I've always made some challenges, but I tried my best to go through it and just to go front and face my career and do whatever thing that I thought I just have to do. So I guess that right now I feel like I still have a long journey. I still have lots of things to do, lots of messages to deliver. But again, I feel like I've realized something. There is something that I've done, and I appreciate the love that my fans give to me. So that's all I can say.
We'll talk of what you say you have done, and then let's first of all look at your process, the steps that you've taken to get to where you are today, because you've said you've gone through several challenges, but you've been able to use those challenges as opportunities to step onto the next level in your game. But probably there are those challenges or some of those things that you went through either in your childhood or as you started your musical career that maybe people have never heard about. People look at you, they see you out there, but they've never known that you had to go through that to get where you are. What are those things?
One of those things I can say, one day I remember when I was in when I started music, I started in a group called UTP Soldiers, and after recording a song, everyone had to take the CD and take it to the radios. So sometimes, because nobody by that time nobody knew who was Riderman and who was the UTP. We were so young and we were like starting our career. So one day I just had to walk from town, like on foot, just like to go to Rebero. That's where Radio 10 used to work from. So I was like, I just have to go there.
You went on foot to take your music?
Yeah, to take my music there. And what was so sad is I went there with the CD and they didn't take it.
After all that work?
Yeah. And they told me to wait, and I waited there till something like 8 p.m. and I went back again on foot. Like it was like too dark in a forest, like on foot alone. and I was so scared. I was so young. I was so young, and I was so scared. I was alone, like in that darkness, and I was like, oh damn, yeah, that is something that I will never forget. Actually, so that's one of.
Did it build you? Did it make you feel, why are they looking down upon me? When you look back at that day, at that particular experience where you had to walk from town to Rivero and then back, and then the agenda that took you there was never accomplished. When you look back and think of that day, and you look back at yourself, you reflect, and now at least you ride, you have a car, at least you have your own money, you can be able to have your songs played, you have people who are saying, come Ryderman, let's sing with you, where are your new songs, we want to play them. What moral lesson do you draw from that particular experience?
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. It made me strong, actually. I was like, okay, you know what? Right now, they are not able to take my music. I'm just going to work so hard that they will be calling me just to bring my music or to come and pick my music up. So I worked so hard from that moment. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to work so hard. That's what I did, and actually, it made me succeed. So what didn't kill me by then, it made me stronger.
But talking of making you stronger, does the industry here in Rwanda pay? Because some people are saying, okay, fine, we have a whole group of artists or people who are calling themselves musicians, but are they earning from it? If you look at yourself, and probably you talk to your colleagues in this industry, do you feel that this industry is ready to say, for someone to say, you know what, I'm going to take it as a full career, and I'll have a salary, I'll pay my bills, and I'll go for holidays in different destinations, just from music?
It's still so hard, but from my own experience, I've never done any other job other than music. So and still I can survive. I can pay my bills. I can, you know, I can just live how I want. If that's how I have to say it. But it's still so hard though, because we are so many artists in the industry. Some of us, we are able to get whatever thing we want from the money that we get in that music industry. But again, there are some other people who still maybe in the underground, if I can say that, they don't live by their career. But some of us, we can do it. So I guess it's growing up. It's growing up. When I started in the UTPs, it wasn't like that. But right now, things have changed.
So how do you cut yourself and set yourself apart from the rest, so that you're able to fly on your own and say, you know what, I'm not like the other one who's really struggling or who has been in the industry for all this time.
Still, I'm struggling.
I know you're struggling, but the levels must be different, Ryderman. They may not be the same. I'm sure your level of struggling is not the same as that person who is underground there, or who has been there but has no proper strategy to penetrate the market. So what are those tidbits, the do's and don'ts, for you to be able to earn a living from this, the way you say, no other job, music strictly?
I think that it's hard work. I never stopped like writing my music. I never stopped writing down. I never stopped recording. Right now I'm about to release my 6th and 7th album. Some of them, they made one album and they started to feel like there are superstars. They stopped it. But me, I've never stopped it. It's been 9 years in this music industry, and I've never stopped writing. I've never stopped making collabos with some people. I've never stopped making videos. I've never stopped working hard. That's it. I guess that if you work hard, then it's just gonna pay back. So the only thing that you have to do is to never slow down. It's just to keep the rhythm. To keep, I mean, you have your fans. They are still waiting for
more of you,
for something new, more of you. So you still have to work hard and to keep that fan base. Because if you lose it, if you slow down and lose it, you ain't.
Someone else is going to take it.
Yeah,
someone is going to take it.
So I guess that's one of them. And the other thing is the discipline, to respect the morals, because you have to know this society, the society that you live in, and what they want, what they don't want, and then you just have to respect the culture. And then after that, everyone will be saying like, I can work with this person. He respected himself. He worked so hard. And he did this and this and that, and then you just get some jobs. So I guess that's the only thing that kept me moving.
But the story is different, Ryderman, when it comes to the thoughts or the emotions that were raised when you wrote a song and performed and did a video of a song called Holo.
Yeah.
This song brought in mixed reactions. There are those who were saying, why would he do that? Why would he glorify alcoholism? Why would he make people feel like it's good to be high? It brought issues. And you say here that you just need to learn what the society wants and then go with that. Do you feel like you slipped back when you did that?
No, but in our society in Rwanda, like the Rwandan culture, it doesn't say that you don't have to drink alcohol. I cannot go on stage and say like you have to smoke weed, you have to maybe to sniff some cocaine. I cannot do that. But for alcohol, it's something that have been used like for years and years, like in this country. So if you go to let's say to any marriage, you will find out that people are drinking alcohol. So
but not in the level portrayed in the video.
I mean, it's just that something that we're living in.
Okay.
And wherever we go, and whenever you go out, like during night, you find out that some people are like drinking. And then also not forgetting that. Sometimes I do concerts in bars, and I find out that there are so many fans that are drinking there.
In that state,
high,
yes.
And then that's something that inspired me. I was like, okay, I'm singing, and these people are drinking, and they're having fun, so I can maybe relate to their
situation.
And then I can write a song about it, and then probably they're going to like it, which was the case. They liked it, they loved it, even though some people were like, you're doing something wrong because you're singing about alcohol. But again, it's a music industry, it's a business. You can see if you find out that there are some people who want maybe let's say Eric Senderi in your interview, you just going to call him. You're a journalist, and then you just go on to give him an interview just to get
a clear picture.
Yeah, to also get that fan base of yours satisfied. So for me, I was like, these fans, they are drinking, they're having fun. I can probably write something that's going to
they can relate to.
Yeah, relate to.
So you have no regrets at all ever doing the song Horror?
I would regret if I was the one drunk. If I was the one if I was doing something wrong. But again, it was a song, and somehow music is like movies. The music in the movies industry.
So acting.
You can just act. It doesn't mean that you're a drunken person when you're saying about some people who get drunk, who gets horror, of course. I mean, like if you act in a movie killing people, it doesn't mean that you're a killer in a real life. So for me, I just did it like something that like an inspiration that I've got from my fans.
So no regrets. You would never say like,
I
want that song pulled off air. I don't want it to be played because of the influence it
why
gets.
People loved it.
Okay.
You should see the performances, the videos of the performances of that song. People were singing with me. Still, they sing it with me when I perform it. Yeah.
So for those who are saying that the song had been banned or was supposed not to be aired on national TVs, what reaction would you give to that?
I would say that they're still in the 90s or 80s, because for now you can see on RTV people playing some songs from Lil Wayne. He's smoking weed, like they aired it. And some other singers like from US, some people drinking, some people naked, some people like having fun. And for me, just because I'm from Rwanda, you feel like I'm not supposed to do it. Why are you putting some boundaries on me when you cannot put some boundaries on the US rappers or singers? they get the right to be aired on our TVs.
And you're not
doing the same thing,
yes.
but you don't want me to do
so you feel like there's some hypocrisy here and there.
I guess they're still back in the 80s and 70s.
That's a diss. That's a diss. You know that's a diss.
No, I mean we just discussed and we just discussed.
Listen, let me take you back. Let me take you back on the day that you were crowned the winner of Primus Guma Guma season 3, right? Your performance before the announcement. I mean, there was already rumors out there that someone else had actually been prepared to take this thing, and there are certain things that you said while on stage that some people close to the organizers and also those who are following closely felt like you were inciting the population, to prepare them that if it is not you, it's no one else. Did you hear some of these things, and was it true that there was someone already who you thought or knew that had been prepared to take this thing and not you?
Yeah, I heard about it before going on stage. I heard about it. They told me like there's someone else who's going to get it. I was like, what? I mean, we've done like I guess we had done something like 10 or 12 shows, and I guess that 6 or 7 like in those shows, like 10 shows, like I was leading in those road shows, yes, in those road shows. So I was like, okay, and they are going to crown somebody else. Okay, I was like, okay, no problem. I'm just going to get on stage, perform, do my best, please my fans, and also making them remember what I've done during the road shows. Yeah, I wasn't telling them to do anything crazy, but I was just telling them to make some noise to prove that I deserve it.
Okay, so it was a strategy for you that the more the noise, a message is being sent that you organizers, whoever is planning to go with this.
It wasn't in my plans to go on stage and say all those words. But I went on stage, performed like crazy, and people were like crazy, and there was a small break between the first song and the second one, and the whole crowd was like Ryderman, 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 and I was like, you know what? Let me take some moment and talk to them. Yeah, and also make sure that all those people who were sitting like in the VIP session, they get to know what's happening, because what I heard before, I was like, it's unfair. So I just wanted to prove them and to show them, to make sure that they see what's happening. Yeah,
and it worked in your favor, you believe?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe because also I made a great performance back then. Right. I guess I was crazy on stage and it was so cool. Yeah.
The people ask, do you drink before you go to stage? Do you smoke something? Do you have something influencing you when you go to stage?
I don't smoke at all. But again, I can like maybe drink like 2 bottles of Primus. It's not a must, of course, but I can sometimes I can do it. When I feel like no problem, I can do it.
You can do it.
I don't think that
not specifically because you want to go to perform, you want to be under the influence, but it's just because
just
for
because
fun.
I feel like I just want to drink it. Yeah, just like 1 or 2. Or maybe I can even drink a soda. Okay. It depends on my mood. If I feel like, let me drink one. Let me drink. It's like you can even drink some water. But me, sometimes I prefer to drink like 2 small Primus, and then I just get on stage.
You get going. There's one radio presenter who has always felt like you guys who call yourselves stars, or those who have crowned you and say that you are superstars, don't really deserve it. I'm not going to mince my words. I'm going to say his name. It's DJ Adam. He was here on One-on-One, and he said that look at all those who have won the Primus Guma Guma. They're not superstars. There is no superstar actually in Rwanda. All these people who are calling themselves superstars or in the music industry in Rwanda are just copy pasting what's going on internationally. They bring it here and they feel that they're stars. What would you tell this guy?
What would I tell him? I know there is this song of Dr. Cloud saying like, I will always say now about country success. So I would say that he's also a country success. That's all. Because and also I guess that it's so. I'm so sorry. I may use some crazy words. I don't want to use those crazy.
Is it that bad? Is it that bad? Is it really burning?
It's
so
so crazy, man. Like it's like he's trying to destroy the music industry. That's all. Do you think that everyone, every superstar, if I may say that, and every singer in this country is copying some stuff from the U.S. or from Europe? No. Yes, of course there are some people who do that, but are you going to take it and put it like to make it a general issue on the whole music industry, the Rwandan music industry? No, that's so stupid. I mean, that's so stupid. I'm so sorry to use that.
You don't feel like there is any truth in some of the things he says?
Yeah, I mean, there are some people. Sometimes he says like, this one has copied this song. And then he plays like 2 songs, like maybe one from any artist from the US and then another one from like an artist from Rwanda. You feel like, yes, this artist has copied this other artist. But again, to make it something general, I find it very crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about Ivisumizi, the record label. There was those rumors, there was news that you had actually abandoned the label. Is this true or not true?
It's not true. Yeah, of course there are some artists who just left, and there are some other artists who stayed, and yeah, that's all.
What was going on? Why this exodus?
I mean, that's
people leaving?
That's personal. I don't think that it's something that we have to discuss on TVs or on some radios. You know, like when you sign a contract with an artist, there are some things that the label has to do, and there are some things that the artist has to do. And when there is a small problem, I mean, when there is a problem between the artist and the label, you sit down and discuss. Someone can choose like to leave, and someone can choose to stay, and I mean, someone can be fired. That also can happen. So I guess that's some business issues that we don't have to talk about right now. But
those who claim, this is your opportunity to clear the air, Ryderman, because there are those who say mismanagement, you know, lack of following the agreement. You know, when you say there are certain things that the label is supposed to do, and
on
what
my
the artist is supposed to do.
On the behalf of the label or the
label, because you apparently own the label, right? So when they say that mismanagement, of course it comes from the top.
I don't think that it's some mismanagement of the label. I guess that some artists, I mean, they cannot go on the radios and say that they did this or they did that. They cannot do it. Of course, they put the whole thing on the label, but it's not true. It's not true. The label has always provided the videos, the audios, the everything. So they were the ones who were supposed to work harder and to make sure that also in the interest and the benefits of that label, and also in their benefits, but they did not work hard. Some of them they've chosen to get out. Some of them they've chosen to keep talking the rumors, to split the rumors around the country, saying the nonsenses. But again, I guess that the real ones will always stay. So yeah.
So far, who do you still have? I mean, as you look at your stable, do you feel like it's going to be competitive out there when you compete with other stables?
I don't think that I cannot say that we are so competitive right now, because right now I'm still I only have one artist in the label.
And you had how many?
I had five.
Five, and you only remain with one.
Yeah.
Does that worry you, Ryderman, about how your label is doing?
Not really. In fact, instead of having 5 artists who don't work hard, who don't know what to do, you can just like have one artist who knows what to do. That's what I think.
So you're trying to say all these 4 did not work hard?
No.
All of them,
It's
their
not-
story is
it's
just
not-
one
it's not
story
all
of not
them.
working
It's
hard.
not all of them, because like Amaji, he just went because the contract was done. Like we had a contract of I guess 1 year, and then when the contract was done, it was all good. It was like, yeah, and it was his right to leave. But for some of them, they started to behave like this, like that, and
Like who?
I mean, do we have to talk about that
Yes.
shit?
We don't want to speculate, Riderman. Here we speak facts.
Okay, cool.
Who?
Cool. There is social
Mula.
decent entertainment. That's another. I don't know if I can call it a label. It's a Muyoboche's label. Decent entertainment. They came and proposed them, and he was like. He left without telling me, but after that I talked with Muyoboche and social. It was all clear. He just left. But before, they did it without telling me,
Informing you.
yeah, that was crazy. But again, it happens. That's him. Who else? Mizo, we had some problems. I don't know what he's been talking about, like about me. I mean, so I was like, actually the touch records, they wanted him. So he didn't tell me. He just went to do an interview. He was like, you know what, touch records, they want me. So I just have to go. So they called me, like the journalists that called me, gave me an interview. Was like, they were like, this artist of yours told us that he just left. I was like, I don't have any clue about that. Let me talk to them. When I talked to him, he was like, yes, they're just going to give me a contract and all that. I was like, you know what, good luck.
And you let them go.
Yeah, I mean, he's been like my brother. We performed on the same stage and had some good time, and I mean, it was all good. Then he just left without telling me. That wasn't loyal at all. For me, I respect that. Actually, I respect the fact that everyone has to be loyal. If you work at Contact and everything is good, you have to be loyal with them. If you have to leave, you just have to come and tell it to your boss and say, like, you know what, boss,
I've found some greener pastures and I'm going.
But again, if you do it without telling someone, that's crazy. Again, I mean, I still have the right to go in the court and say this and this, I've spent this and this, and
I need some compensation.
But again, like he was a friend of mine, a brother of mine. I was like, okay, cool, let me just leave it.
So you're not going to court?
Why? I mean, he's still trying to grow. So if I take him to court, if they tell him pay this amount of money,
he can't afford.
Is he gonna be able to do it? I'm not so sure.
How much if you went to court?
No, I'm not going. You're
gonna touch that. All right, I respect that. Fair enough.
But again, like he's been a good friend of mine, and the funny thing, when I talked to Touch Records, they told me like, no, we're not going to sign him. And for now, he hasn't.
He's now out there.
He's just out there. No labels, no what. So I still ask myself, like, why? I mean, can we leave?
Do you think you will stretch your hand and tell him, brother, come back? Is this what you plan to do?
If he was loyal, if he came and told me like before, like I have this proposition,
you'd have considered.
Yeah, then I would have told.
But for now, you've closed the doors.
You can just go, do this and this, work with them, and if you ever
have any issues,
any support,
you can come back.
You can come
but
back.
For now,
I mean, he wasn't loyal.
So you can't deal with him.
If someone is not loyal, then that's a very big problem.
Riderman, we have very little time, but there's this issue that we must talk about because it happened to you, it can happen to anybody else, but that was the accident at Randex. This accident at Randex received certain media coverage, and there are people who came and covered it in very different ways.
Yeah.
If you look at the way it was covered and the way the whole story was carried, do you feel that they were fair to you? Do you feel that there was some sense in whatever was being reported about you, about that particular incident?
No, it wasn't fair at all, because everyone was trying to, like, I mean, again, I understand them because that was the right moment for them to break me down. For those who've always wanted to take me down, that was a very great moment for them. So they started to talk shit about me, like I was drunk, I was with a prostitute, I was like this and that. But again, the police was there. They took some tests. I wasn't drunk at all. I didn't drink that night. And they said I was with a prostitute. I was alone in a car.
It was around 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Where were you coming from?
5 a.m. I was going at the airport. I was going to pick someone at the airport. So, but everyone was like, oh, he was drunk. He was with a prostitute. Everyone like, I mean, they talked some bad things about me. I mean, it was crazy. But again, that wasn't the big issue, because the big issue was I was in jail. At the same time, I was mad at them, but again, I was like, that's not the real issue that I'm confronting right now.
You need to confront the issue of being in jail and getting out of jail.
So that was it.
Did it make you harder? Because most people say all rappers need to be the bad boys. They need to go through the jail before they can be able to.
I've never been a bad boy. I've never been a bad boy. It wasn't my intention. My intention was to make my music, to do my career. I've never been. I've never had that idea of me being a rapper and at the same time being a bad boy. I mean, what's the use of being a bad boy in this country? There is no good reason in being a bad boy. I've never been a bad boy.
Okay, I trust you. I believe that.
Cool,
let's just finalize with your parting words. Looking forward, 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years ahead, where do you see yourself?
I'm still working so hard. Like right now, like I told you, I'm just going to release my 6th and 7th album. Also going to produce the videos, to make some good videos, some nice videos. I'm planning to have some collabos with some international artists.
Like who?
Right now, someone who comes to my mind, it's Chameleon, because I respect him. Yeah, I respect him. And probably, I don't know, God willing, I have this dream of working with someone called Yusufa. I don't know when it's gonna happen, I don't know what, but I'm just working so hard so that sometime if we ever meet, I'll be able to talk to him and ask him for that favor. Okay. So I'm just working hard and trying to also to work on my label. I'm trying to see if I can get some other artists to sign in. Or
stay with Quincha.
Yeah, of course. And by the way, whoever who's watching, who's gonna watch this interview, I'm just asking him or her to support her in the Guma Guma competition, because right now she's in. I mean, not yet, but I just hope that she's gonna be in, because she deserves it. She deserves it. Yeah.
You're saying that as a manager, as a boss, as a person?
No. Also as someone who have seen something, something good in her. I mean, she's a hardworking woman. I mean, she's also talented. She has this very nice voice. So I guess that I mean, she has a very great fan base. So I guess that she's gonna make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super. Therefore, we need to end at that particular note, but probably it would be unfair also for those ladies who are watching and they're wondering, is this guy already taken? I normally don't ask this question. It's so cliche question, but then it's important to ask, because most of you artists or those in this particular industry, we may like to keep our matters private, but some of us are also happy to share out there and say, you know what, I'm doing my wedding in this particular time. You have your friends who have already shown the way, Tom Close and others. When?
One, I'm already taken. When am I getting married? Probably next year.
Next year?
Yeah.
Okay. Asante sana. Thank you so much for your time, Ryderman.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much for sharing all those things that you've talked about right here.
I mean, it was a pleasure to be invited in Contact FM. It was a pleasure to discuss with you, and it's always a pleasure to make some things clear.
Okay. Cool. And we're happy that you came and you took the opportunity on the platform.
Thank you.
Thank you. There you have it. One-on-one comes to an end on that particular note. We thank you so much for watching. We would also love to hear from you. We'd love to read from you. So share your comments with us. Let us know what you think about the program. Let us know what you would like added or removed from the program. And we'll definitely do that. Use the hashtag 101RW if you're using Twitter, and we'll be able to compile all of them and be able to share that with the rest. And of course, do some of those things that you're suggesting. As always, my name is Eugene Anangwe. Another 30 minutes. Vamos, Stephanie. Goodbye. Rido. Thank you so much.